Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Charmaine. I go by Miss Sharmsy online or Sharmsy. And I do a lot of style content in short form for my Instagram and my TikTok. And that's because they're just like my everyday outfits. And I put them on YouTube shorts as well, I should say. But I realized that not everybody that watches my main channel or comes across it may necessarily see my YouTube shorts. So I thought I could do a bit of a collaboration, putting together some recent outfits, and I would kind of talk through like the process or the inspiration for the outfits, and hopefully it gives you guys some inspiration as well. I am all about color and print and just expressing myself through my clothing. And I'm also really big on making the most of your pieces, re-wearing them over and over again, especially if I invest a little bit. Now, I don't spend a crazy amount on my pieces, but for me, I guess the highest price range I tend to go is maybe like a Farm Rio brand. You know, this is actually Farm Rio here, but I even still, I go for their sales quite often. But most of my pieces are not going to be over maybe $200 max. Most things are under that amount, and I'm a big thrifter. The bag that's going with this today, Badgley Mishka bag that I got at a thrift store for maybe $7. So that is my vibe. I do not spend a lot on my clothes. I like a lot of thrifting, and I just like to make the most of my pieces and tell a story with my outfits. I'm always like trying on a new character every day when I get ready. So let's go through these looks. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. So speaking of thrifted, this first look is almost all thrifted. These pants here are definitely the focal point, and it's already setting the feel for the whole look, which is very much a 70s or retro feel. Because the pants are pretty loud already and statement, I'm going to tone it down, obviously, as you can see with the top. And that is a great little tip. I know sometimes people are afraid of like funky pants because it feels a little bit costume-like. So toning it down with a piece that is a bit more contemporary is definitely a way to make it more wearable. And in the spirit of fashion and function, glasses so that I can see. And obviously I went for the bolder frames to stay within the theme of a retro feel. Next, another thrifted piece. This is not something I would typically be drawn to, but the color, that yellow, it felt really nice with my hair color. So I stepped outside my typical box, and I quite like it. I actually think if it was buttoned up to the top, that would be a whole look in itself, which would be really cute. But I'm keeping it down here. It's actually from Mango. I was trying to remember where it was from. It was from Mango. Now, I love mixed prints, and a little tip for making mixed prints look really cohesive is to stay within the same color family. So you can see I have blue and yellow, and so even though I have the horizontal stripes, I can bring in those checkers and gingham and plaid because they also have blue and yellow. So it looks pretty cohesive, and it looks interesting this way as well. If I had all, striped or all plaid, I don't think it would be quite as cute. Then it is, I still have a little cold, it's a little breezy. And I just thought the blue denim with a bit of a retro kind of boxy, maybe 80s feel felt right for this look. And even the rinse of the blue, it works so well with the skirt. And so that's why I decided to pair it together. And so I started with that top that kind of felt kind of preppy, which is not my normal style. And then I brought in elements that felt either retro or boho. And then I could just marry it to my personal style, if you know what I mean. So I picked that top. It was a thrifted Mango top with that kind of polo style top or silhouette, and made it more boho. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Then I brought in the boots. The boots and the jacket are from ASOS, and the skirt was a thrifted find as well. And so this is the look. I am going to add some jewelry. I always like to add a little something, especially with the shorter hair. So I'm going to go in with these little heart-shaped earrings that I think are so cute. And I just love gold personally. I think once you figure out if you're a gold or a silver girl, it really kind of lights up your face. And I believe I am a gold girl. Sometimes I will dabble with silver, but gold is just especially flattering, especially with the warmer tones in my hair at the moment. I'm playing around with the collar. It's fun to do that, and I think it's a great way to see what suits your outfit. So see how it's done up here? At first I was like, it looks cute, but I think the overall look will look a little bit more relaxed if I open the neckline. So you'll see that I end up switching it at the end. And those are just little tiny styling tweaks that can make such an impact on your overall outfit and your look. So don't be afraid to experiment. Now, I definitely experiment with my hair as well. And I was like, no, those horns with the red is not going to work. She's looking like a little bit of a devil. So I had to switch that real quick. I was doing a little retro curl. And so, of course, retro bottoms. These are some old Free People jeans. They're probably like my favorite denim that I have. I am 5'9", and sometimes it's hard to find long jeans. Okay, so I had to bring this in at first. I thought the colors looked so good together, and then I couldn't stop seeing Dr. Seuss thing 1 and thing 2, and so I let it go, and I decided to commit for a statement pair of glasses instead. Those frames are from Free People as well. I cannot remember where the sweater is from. I think it's a brand called Glamour. And then I'm bringing in a scarf as a strategic look because my tracks were showing. I had some clip-ins happening because my hair is obviously shorter right now. So not only am I covering the tracks so I don't have to really think about that being exposed, but it also ties into the look. So now we have a bit of a retro curl. The bandana makes it look a little bit 70s as well. And then, of course, the bell-bottom pants, and then the little frilly action of the top. It all kind of marries together. And then adding this shearling type of coat and that sort of warm brown as well also leans to a retro feel. And this is the overall look. See how it tells a story? Well, at least it does in my mind. And I just added a pop of gold with the earrings. And this is the look. It's kind of reminding me of Scooby-Doo now that I look at it. So style is obviously a passion of mine, and sometimes I would literally like dream up outfits in my head, and until I actually try it and execute it, I will not forget that outfit. And this was an example of it. So I'm starting off with this thrifted Calvin Klein button up or button down. Is it button up or button down where you live? And yes, it's looking like it needs a steaming, but it's going to be covered. And I'm covering it with this knit sweater that you already saw me style. As I said, I rewear my styles, my pieces. This is actually my husband's hat that I gifted him from Roots. And I just loved how it looked. This was, I think, a winter, more of a winter kind of look. And I just knew that the pattern in the hat went so well with the jacket I had. And I was picturing this knitted hood over the hat. Now, I want you to watch this whole thing because sometimes things do not look like they do in your head. And so you have to tweak and pivot. So I put this on and immediately I was thinking this whole look is feeling very bulky. You're not really seeing the layered look of the sweater and the neckline, so that was pointless. The hat is matching the coat so well, so I do want to stick with those. And this coat that I'm adding, this is from ASOS. It was actually a size, I think 12, and I'm usually like a 6 or 8, but I loved it so much and they didn't have any more sizes that I thought, okay, I can make it like really oversized, kind of 80s fit. And so I still went for it, but you can see like the shoulder's a little wonky, but it was feeling very bulky. So I had to pull it back and reassess. Added the retro frames. That was still not doing it for me. I knew I wanted these big bulky boots. So I took off the denim, went with a sleeker bottom. So I went with some brown leggings to tie into the color still, snatched the waist with the belt so that the overall look wasn't bulky all over, if you know what I mean. So it just had that strong, bold shoulder. And then it had more of the sleek bottoms and then the bulky boot. And then I'm bringing in some glasses that also marry to the tones that I was working with. And it's coming together. And it's all about trial and error, pulling stuff back, adding some pieces. And I love this look overall. I thought it was really fun. It kind of reminded me, I'm not going to lie, of, is their name is Trenchbull from Matilda, but also Kanye. I'm not wearing a swimsuit there, even though it looks like it. I'm wearing pajamas. But anyway, next look. Boho, love the 70s flipped out hair. I wanted to match that thrifted bag that I not received, but I found at a Goodwill recently. So I went with this bright free people dress to pull out some of those tones, and a big cardigan that also played up some of those colors, keeping it very boho with the more rustic, or that wasn't the word, rugged boots. Those are some moto boots that I have been styling like crazy from ASOS. One of my big things is that you have to wear your pieces while you love them, and you usually love them when you first get them. If you put it down because you're afraid that you wore it too much, you're not going to feel the same way when you go to wear them again. Trust me. So wear it as much as you want while you love it. Who cares what people think? Just restyle it. I'm adding a bunch of jewelry to keep it very boho, layering charm necklaces. These are from Zara. They had a bunch of charm necklaces, I would say like a few months ago. I still think they do. If you like that look, it's obviously a little bit more inexpensive to go that route for something that is quite trendy. So after I went overboard with all that, ignore my self-tanning lines. I get quite pale in the winter. Then I added this pop of blue with the earrings because I knew it was going to tie into the handle of the bag. I just let it that subtle nod to the blue. I think it looks so good together. And this is the overall look. This is so nice for going to the market. If you want to look extra cute, like a farmer's market or art gallery, really anywhere. But it's just a nice spring look where you're still paying attention to the weather because you have like the cardigan if it's a little bit cooler in the morning, and then you can take that off if it gets hotter. And if you can see that I also added the hat because it kind of balances with the rugged boot, brings in that brown. And I thought this would be a fun way to show you re-wearing pieces again. So this is a top that I layered before, and we're going to layer it a different way where you're going to see more of it. And this is very much like a color blocking look. So I am doing colors that I think scream spring. Like I literally just think of Cadbury eggs when I see this. And I'm bringing in more thrifted elements with the skirt and the shoes. The earrings, if you notice, have a whole bunch of colors that kind of ties everything together. And that is a great way to tie together color blocked pieces. So you either have a multicolored bag or earrings, and then it kind of just makes it cohesive. So as you can see, it is looking a little bit more formal with the vest and the button-up shirt, but it's super casual because of the colors. Now we're styling those pants again in a different way. Look at the neckline of this top. Doesn't it scream dance and theater with that sort of like crossover kind of ballet sort of feel? That's why I went for those theatrical earrings, because it made me think of like flamenco dancers or something. Now the colors, it's looking very like cherry tomato and then kind of chartreuse. If you look on a color wheel, the opposite colors are going to be complementary colors. So red and green are actually complementary, and that's why the chartreuse, which is kind of like a limey green, works so well with this orangey red tone. And this is an oversized blazer. If you do have any style video requests, please leave them for me. I often want to share style videos, but sometimes I feel like if I don't have something to share that is shoppable, maybe people are not as interested. You let me know if that's true or not. A lot of my stuff is not new. It's a lot of thrifted pieces that you probably can't find because they're thrifted and probably old. Or it's just stuff I've collected over the years, just kind of building my closet. I'm almost always wearing something old or thrifted. This ASOS jacket is probably about 7 years old. This is a thrifted top. These were a gift for Christmas. ASOS pants, old. Only new thing I'm wearing right now are these shoes. Oh my god, my legs are hairy, so I'm gonna spare you. But yeah, and then these are Zara. But I just love to play with outfits. I would love to help out with style in any way that I can online, but I guess sometimes I don't know how to show up in this fashion space online if I'm not doing a whole bunch of hauls, you know? So if it's maybe teaching something, let me know. Yeah, any ideas? Or if you liked what I did in this video of just sharing my outfits and my thought process, I can definitely do more. I will say a lot of times I'm filming it on my phone, and so it is vertical, so I'm always hesitant because I'm thinking, oh, they might not like how it looks vertically on YouTube. But if you don't care, I would love to share this on here. I'll be honest, I'm a mom with 2 kids. Like half the time I don't have the time to do a full crazy beautiful setup. I'm just trying to like do it quick. And so if you're fine with vertical and I jazzed it up a little bit with the border, I'm your girl. Okay guys, bye.